Screaming like the start of a race. Diet Pepsi's my fuel in this Monday maze. Shake the weekend fog off my tired face. The hustling begins, no time to waste. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The crowd won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Sun clouds up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The crowd won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show. Street lights fading, sun climbs up higher, chasing dreams like chasing fire. Got my rhythm set to overdrive. This Monday motivation vibe's keeping me alive. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The crowd won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, I own the show. Know that we can be heavy, but I'm tougher still. Climbing the mountain, fueled by will. Each heartbeat whispers, yes you can. I'm golden, helping every woman and man. Hey Monday, motivation, bring it on. Let's do this thing. The crowd won't stop, the fire will show. Step by step, I feel the glow. It's my time now, let's start the show.
Hello, welcome in everybody. Feels like it's been a long time since I've been here, and we only skipped last Monday because of Memorial Day, so hope everybody had a great Memorial Day and a great week last week. Robert and I, we were on vacay at home, and we just had a very nice week. For once, I can say I don't need a vacay from a vacay, right? So all right, welcome in. So glad to see each and every one of you. People will jump in as they get the notification. There are lots of other great things going on the YouTube. So people will be coming in, in and out and so forth. So hopefully those of you are getting those notifications, because we know how YouTube can be sometimes. But anyways, if you are brand new to my channel, you do not have a clue who I am. I am Pamela, aka Scooterrenee. I'm your host of tonight's Monday Motivation, as I am for all Monday Motivation. So welcome in. I love seeing y'all pop in the chat. So if you're not aware, I usually do auctions Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Here lately, it's been on Fridays, and everything else has been put to the side because we got a big sale coming up. Not this weekend, but the next weekend of our estate sale. It's going to be the very first official estate sale that Tammy and I are doing. So this week and next week, I will not be on as much as I usually am. So if you're new, hang in there, keep on coming back. But we do always come here for Monday Motivation on Mondays at 8 p.m. Central. So make sure y'all do the YouTube things. You subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you ring that bell for all notification and a thumbs up on your way in or on your way out. I would greatly appreciate that. Again, if you are new, welcome in. I'm so glad to have you. All my OGs, I see you popping in and saying hello to me and to everybody else. I always look forward to Mondays and seeing y'all pop in. So welcome in all my OGs and the playback crew. I always love the playback crew. If you are the playback crew, please make sure you leave a comment. Let me know that you're the playback crew. Let me know what you think of tonight's topic. And also feel free to participate in the chat participation questions, because you do get entered into a monthly drawing, which we do on the first Monday of each month, hopefully, usually. So I got everybody's name in the sloth cup. So we will be doing that drawing tonight. So we'll see who that is at the end of tonight. So Let's see who all is in chat, and we'll go ahead and get started after that. Y'all know I gotta say hello to everybody. So, hello, Echo. Welcome in. She was the first one in tonight. Welcome, welcome. No is a complete sentence. It can be, right? We got Kathy here. Hello, Kathy. Welcome in. So good to see you. We got Tammy in here. Welcome, welcome. I did say Kathy. Okay. And we got my feather sister Selena in here. Hello, hello. Welcome in. Feels like deja vu. Crack and Mary. Hello, Sissy Mary. Welcome in. Good to see you. We got Joanne in here. Hello, sweet Joanne. How are you? Mr. Harry. Welcome, welcome. So good to see you, my friend. We got Lena in here. Welcome in, Lena. So good to see you. And let's see who else do I find. There's my sister. Welcome in, Cole. Good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right. I think I've got everybody. I think I am caught up in chat. If you haven't said hello, come on in and say hello. Y'all know I like to say hi to everybody. So people will come in, like I said, as they get the notification and so forth. So we'll say hello when those people pop in. I hope, again, you all had a great weekend, a great Memorial Day week last week and everything. Like I said, it was vacay for Robert and I. We did not have an itinerary or anything. We just did whatever the heck we wanted to do each day. And so, like I said, it was a vacay without saying I need a vacay from the vacay. So it was very nice and relaxing. You know, it was Monday today, and I was very much looking forward to going back to work too. So tonight we are covering another lie in this series, and that is on no is the final answer. And we will also do our Monday motivation chat participation questions. Or winner, not questions. We will do questions tonight though. But we will do our winner towards the end of the night for the month of May. And I actually feel good because today is the first day of June. Can y'all believe it? We are in June now. And I got my car this afternoon after work, and it was 100 degrees in my car. And I was like, yep, hello, summer. We are here. Granted, summer doesn't begin until June 21st, but, you know, it's going to, you know, we're already in it. But anyways, I'm on it today. I've got the drawing ready for you guys. I got my notes done way ahead of time. Like, I'm on it. Let's see. What are you talking about, Harry? Are you saying hello to Red Road? Aziz sent me. She's nice too. I get locked in the closet, water and food once a month. Help. Hey, Nancy, welcome in. Good to see you. And it is 6 days before Selena's birthday. That will be Sunday, the 7th. When the 7th is a Sunday. Alfonso, hello, buddy. Welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. So yeah, I am so pumped up for tonight's topic. If you didn't see the short, I told you this morning about how fired up I am about tonight. I needed this, and I hope at the end of tonight's topic, you will feel the same way. So let's jump on over to positive spot thought. End is not the end. In fact, end, E-N-D, is effort never dies. And if you get a no as an answer, then remember no is next opportunity. Thought that was very fitting for tonight. So Alfonso says winter in Colorado is finally over. Yay. So, let's see. I'm not missing anything. I said hello to everybody. All right. So let's jump to our first chat participation question for the month of June. Very first one tonight. How many of you don't like to hear the word no? How many of y'all in chat do not like to hear the word no? And be honest. Be honest. I don't like hearing no, at least from my husband. I don't like to hear no. All right. I'll start starring as I see them. We got Joanne saying I don't. Nancy says me. Crack and Mary says me. Alfonso says me. I have to admit, right? Red Rose says me. Cool says no, I don't. Selena said it depends. Really? I don't like hearing no sometimes, right? Yeah. So Harry said I'd rather hear no than to be two-faced because they didn't want to say no. All right, Harry. Really? Stop it, Cool. Stop it. I don't like it. All right. Thank you, guys. But tonight, I do. Oh, Echo. Let me get Echo in here. No. Now, Cool, I got to go back and make sure I gave you credit. Yes, I gave you credit. Kathy said it depends on what the no is about and who is saying it, right? What do you mean, no what? Oh, cool. You want to push those buttons tonight. Hey, Mary, welcome in. Good to see you. Mary, you want to get your credit for the chat participation question is, do you like hearing the word no? Do you like hearing the word no? Joanne says, I say no to Cooper about 1,000 times a day, right? No, 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 no. Yeah, no. Like, you don't want to, you'd rather be told yes, not no. All right. Gotcha, Mary. Welcome in. Good to see you. So tonight I do want to talk about that one word, a word so small it only takes a second to say it. But it's a word that's also just 2 letters, 1 syllable, but it is so powerful enough that it stops dreams, it destroys confidence, and it makes people quit on themselves. And that word is no, no. So Kathy says, I would rather hear no than maybe. Right? That's because that gets your hopes up. You're like, well, or at least in my case, like with Robert, it'd be like, well, that means he's not saying no, but he's not saying yes either. But at least it's not a no. I know you are Cool. And I love it, Cool. We need that. Definitely need that. Right, Harry? Nobody likes to hear no, but you deal with it. So, but it can do all that damage. Just 1 little word, 2-letter word, 1 syllable. No. How many of you have ever heard these questions and can relate to these questions? No, you're not qualified. No, we can't hire you. No, that idea won't work. Or maybe, no, you don't belong here. No, you can't. No, it's impossible. No. Some of you walked into this morning, carrying the weight of no. Maybe it was a rejection, a missed opportunity, a closed door, a relationship or friendship that ended, a business deal that failed, a dream that has been delayed. Maybe somewhere along the way you started believing that no was the end of your story. But tonight, when we think no is the final answer, I want you to remember it only becomes true when you stop moving. Right, Alfonso? I can't even imagine. I can only begin to imagine what that's like. Hey, Lisa D, welcome in, my friend. Lisa D, do you like being told no? That was the question. Let me know if you like being told no. Right? Yes. A lot of y'all are answering the questions about being, if you can relate to them. A lot of y'all said me. So thank you for letting me know. Lisa D says no. I don't like being told no. So maybe somewhere along the way, you start believing that no was the end of your story. But tonight we're not even, I'm going to show you how it's not the end of your story. Listen, the world will tell you no. Life will tell you no. Fear will tell you no. People who don't understand your vision will tell you no. But hear me clearly. A no is not always a denial. Nope, it is not a denial. Sometimes no is just a test. Sometimes it's protection. Sometimes it's preparation. Sometimes it's a redirection. And sometimes it's the fuel that you needed to become unstoppable. We talked about being unstoppable in one of the episodes before. If you haven't saw that one, I encourage you to go back and watch the unstoppable one. But sometimes that is the fuel that you need to become unstoppable. I've shared with y'all before that, I was wanting to do a half marathon in 2015, and it wasn't much time to train. I usually like to, because I just walk, but I usually like to train for a good 6 months to a year in advance, just because one, I don't do them all the time, and two, I just feel like I need that. And Robert wasn't saying I couldn't do it, but he was like, are you sure you need to do this or whatever? Which to me, I, took that as in, no, you can't do it. So it fueled me, and by gosh, I did it. So anytime anybody tells me, no, you can't do that, no, you're not going to do that, no, you can't make it, whatever, it's like, okay, that's a challenge. You've just thrown it down. There's my fuel that I needed to do it. So, all right, somebody pop in. Nope, I think we're good. Okay. Kathy said, with my family moving this week 18 hours away, I was thinking no seeing them for a long time, except in looking at Amtrak costs now to go visit. New opportunity. Yes. Kathy, I love you. That is perfect. Perfect. Right, Harry? Sometimes fear is what causes the no. Yes. I love that, Kathy. Good job. So I want to light a fire under your butt, if you will, tonight, in case you needed the reminder. I want you to feel so energized that you can barely contain it. I hope that you experience one of those nights when your excitement keeps you awake, prompting you to jot down your grandest dreams and aspirations. Those nights when your mind is just racing with excitement and you find yourself needing to take a Benadryl or Ambien just to drift off to sleep, Exactly. That is what I want these words to ignite in you, that level of enthusiasm in you. My hope is that some of my excitement will transfer to you. So let's do another chat participation time question here. Is it? I know you love that picture, but I didn't know that's what pops up in your phone every time. Selena said, every time you called me, the pic of you is you doing the half marathon. Yep. Hey, Andy, good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. Lena said, my kids told me I couldn't do it, having a booth that I would fail. It didn't fail, right? Yes. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. All right, so chat participation question. How many of you fear rejection? We might have done this question before in another topic, but if you'll just appease me for just a moment, some of y'all are new, some of y'all have never been here for a Monday motivation, so it's a brand new question for you guys. How many of you fear rejection? I know I do. Oh, good, Selena. Let's see. Hometown says, not me. I believe that one. Alfonso says, me. Lena says, me. Cool says, not me. Nancy C says, I do all the time. Joanne says, I do. And Mary says, I do sometimes. There we go. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Lisa D says, sometimes. Kathy says, not as much as I did a year ago, but it's still there. Right? I mean, maybe just an teensy tiny bit. Andy says, I don't fear it, but I expect it. Oh, Andy. Harry says, rejection can be so awful with some people and awful, but not everyone's going to get along, right? Very much so. Very true. You find who you gel with, you find who's your person, right, if you will, and then you find out the ones that you thought were your person is not your person. That's okay. You know, those are different seasons and stuff. And that job that you really thought you were going to love, you know, and you end up hating it, well, maybe if they told you no, you wouldn't have to go through that. But, you know, there's different ways of looking at it and everything. So listen, every successful person you have ever admired has been rejected, believe it or not. People laughed at their ideas. They ignored their talent. I got you, Selena. Give her credit. Hey, Karen, my favorite brown sugar. Welcome in. Whoops. Mary says, initially I do a double take, but I usually reassess the situation and consider the person, right? Yes, then that plays a huge part into it. Right, yes, Kathy. Later you realize it wasn't rejection, but God protecting you. Yes. I know, she's doing awesome. I love Kathy. I love all of you, so don't feel left out. So, they, again, the successful people, they have been laughed at when they had shared their ideas. Their talent was ignored. People questioned their intelligence. They doubted their purpose, but they kept going. And that's the difference between people who dream and people who achieve. One group stops at no. The other group asks, what's next? What else you got? See, resilience is built in rejection. Resilience is built in rejection. You don't discover your strength when everything goes your way. You discover your strength when life slams a door in your face and you still decide to knock again. Hello? Anybody can move forward when the path is easy. But can you move forward when you feel overlooked? Can you keep believing when nothing is changing? Can you keep showing up when nobody applauds you? Because that is where greatness lives. Yes, Harry, sometimes rejection can be a blessing. God places you where you belong, right? Yes, love that, Harry. Tammy says, I guess that's me. What's next, right? Bring it. Echo says, I'm learning that rejection can be God's redirection. Yes, love that, Echo. Yes. Some of y'all get extra credit. Y'all get extra stars when y'all say brilliant things like that. I love it. You might be sitting there thinking, what if life isn't just happening to me? What if the tough moments, the incredible experiences, the love, the joy, the hope, the fear, the strange occurrences, the humorous events, and even the times that bring you down to the floor in tears, making you wonder, how did I end up here? What if none of this is happening to you? What if all of it is actually happening for your benefit? It's all a matter of perspective, my friends. That's all it is a matter of perspective. Nope, I won't let you stop. Too many people are waiting for permission to become who they are already capable of becoming. They want approval before action, validation before effort, guarantees before commitment. But life does not work that way, you guys. Sometimes you have to believe in yourself before anybody else does. Amen? Sometimes you have to keep building while nobody understands your blueprint. Some of you have to walk into rooms, or some maybe is what I meant to say, walk into rooms where you feel unqualified and remind yourself that growth is uncomfortable. Listen carefully here. Your future does not depend on universal acceptance. It depends on relentless, and I mean relentless persistence. I choose to surround myself here locally and even out here in YouTube world and other places. I choose to surround myself with people who are downright relentless. Thank you. Perception, it indicates that we don't view things as they truly are. Instead, we interpret them through our own lens. Consider, if you will, a house on fire. For a firefighter, a burning house represents a task to tackle. Perhaps it's even a calling or a purpose in life. But for an arsonist, a burning house is thrilling and desirable. But now I want you to take it even further than that. Imagine that it was your home that was on fire. Some of y'all have been through fires. One of my oldest, dearest, best friends had a fire in her home. And, your loved ones are outside of the home and you're witnessing all of your belongings just go up in flames. That burning house transforms into something completely different. You don't perceive things as they truly are. Instead, you view them through the filter of your thoughts, your feelings, and beliefs. Perception shapes reality. And I want to emphasize that your reality is influenced far more by your past experiences than by the actual events occurring in your life. If your past convinces you that nothing ever goes your way, that life is against you, and that success is out of reach, how motivated are you going to be to pursue what you actually desire? Conversely, if you stop accepting no as the final answer when faced with challenges, you can change your perspective and fundamentally transform your life. Right? Echo said, healing is uncomfortable, but so worth it. Yes, very much so. All right, Selena. The Bible states, let that which is in darkness be brought into the light. When we let things linger in the dark and we hesitate to voice them, we empower them. Darkness allows those fears to fester and intensify until they grow stronger over time. If you never express your fears, how can you possibly share them? Awesome, Alfonso. We'll get you back there. Some of my friends will know what I'm talking about, but there are times I'll just sit there and say, all right, I'm just going to hit send and it's going to be what it's going to be. I mean, I will tell y'all, whenever I found out that I was pregnant with my first daughter, I was terrified to tell my parents because I was 19. I was in my first year of college. I was terrified to tell my parents. So what did I do? I wrote them about a 5-page letter and I mailed it to them. That is how I told my parents that I was pregnant, which is kind of ironic because Shelby texted me when she was pregnant. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of payback, but with, caught up in technology time and so forth. But yes, I mean, I just dropped that letter in the mail and I was like, all right, it's out there. What will be, will be. And I guess that's how I've always been in life. Put it out there and wait and see what's going to happen, right? So guess what, guys? You do not need everyone to say yes. You only need to refuse to quit. Think about that. You do not need everyone to say yes. You only need to refuse to quit. One yes can change your life. The one opportunity, the one breakthrough, the one meeting, the one connection, the one decision, the one moment of courage. I can't help but to think about Tammy and I starting our new business when I say those ones. What if we let fear everything and ruin this dream for us that we have? So instead we face everything and we rise. You'll never reach that yes if you surrender to every no. Some of you are one more attempt away from a breakthrough. One more application, one more audition, one more proposal, one more workout, one more prayer, one more day of discipline. Don't stop now. The enemy of success is not failure. The enemy of success is surrender. Failure teaches, rejection redirects, pain strengthens, but quitting only guarantees nothing changes. Now, let me say this to everybody who feels behind in life. Your timing is not your failure. Stop comparing your chapter 2 to somebody else's chapter 20. Y'all have heard me say this before. Stop comparing your beginning to someone else's middle. You'll never get there. Social media will make you feel late. The way these kids now, they're making bank on YouTube and TikTok and Instagram and stuff. And I was like, man, I wish I would have gotten a hold of that back when I was younger. Thank you, Tammy. Other people's success will make you question your own journey. But what belongs to you does not disappear because it takes time. Harry says, you're never behind in life. God has you where you are for a reason, right? Amen. A seed underground looks invisible before it becomes a tree, right? We don't see that seed once we've buried it and we planted it and everything, and we put the dirt over it and so forth. Growth is often happening in places that nobody can see. So if your progress feels slow, don't confuse slow with dead. Keep watering your purpose. Keep showing up. Keep improving, because consistency compounds. Exactly, Kathy. Quit comparing your recovery to others. I did that with grief. I compared myself to Robert. Well, he just seemed like he just got over it. Maybe he never did on the inside there as fast as I thought he did. But outside, he looked like he got over his parents passing pretty quick. My therapist is like, who says you had to be that fast or you had to get over it at all, ever, So consistency compounds. You will see that seed begin to grow into something strong and beautiful. The person who wins is often not the smartest person in the room. Hard to believe, I know, but it's not the smartest person in the room. Did you know that? Not the most talented either, and not the most connected. It's the person who stayed in the fight longer than everyone else. Maybe you have found yourself where I have. I had to face personal struggles and setbacks, experiencing rejection after rejection, all so I could be here today to tell you your dream is worth pursuing. And although you can't control what life throws at you towards your way, you do have control over how you fight back. So let's do another chat participation question here, because I need a drink of water. Who in here really likes Mondays? Be honest. I know it's Monday motivation night, but be honest with me. How many of y'all really like Mondays? You've had a great weekend and oh, here comes Monday. We got to go back to work or whatever, doctor's appointment, meetings, whatever it may be. How many of you in here really like Mondays? We're just going to sit right here for a second. Nancy says, not me. Right? It's like the pressure of the week begins and everything. Mary says, the days all blend together now, right? Those of you that are retired or, not able to work or whatever. Alfonso says, I don't, however, I don't work on Monday. Lena says, I like Mondays, but I am retired, right? Yes, that might be the only time you actually look forward to Mondays, right? Harry said, Mondays are okay. It's the way you handle it, right? Cool says, Mondays, not a problem. Or Kathy. Did I say cool? I think I saw cool below. I meant to say Kathy. Karen says, I do because it's the day that the Lord has made, and I'll rejoice and be glad in it. Every day I live to see it. Now I'm going to have that song stuck in my head. I will rejoice and be glad in it. This is the day that the Lord has made. I love that song. Cool says, I used to hate them, but not so much now that I do all my work from home, right? Yes. Alfonso says, I know the feeling when I was in college. Joanne says, Mondays are good for me. I don't work anymore, right? All of y'all that don't work anymore are saying that. Mary says she has good days and bad days. Tammy says, it's just another day. Heck, I asked you at the time, what day is it? Yes, she does all the time. Andy says, I don't base my days by the name of the days, but what happens during the day. Love that, Andy. I need to give Tammy her star. Echo says, I like Mondays and every day I'm breathing. Amen, right? Yes. Crack and Mary says, Lord, yes, I do. Get me through the week. Here. Oh, thank you, Mary. Lisa D said, they don't bother her. They don't bother me. Right. Well, you might not know this, but Monday is the perfect day to remember that about fighting. Monday is not punishment. Monday is an opportunity. Just like Monday motivation, it's an opportunity to come together, build each other up, and encourage and give hope to each other, right? Right, cool. She does work. But Monday is a fresh restart, a reset button, a chance to attack life again with new energy. Some people wake up Monday complaining, wishing for Friday before the week's even started. But winners understand something different. Winners know every Monday is another chance to rewrite the story. another chance to become stronger, another chance to prove to yourself that your circumstances, sorry, there is a gnat flying around my face. Oh my gosh, really? Go away. Bug me later. Another chance to prove to yourself that your circumstances do not define your destiny. You cannot control every situation, but you can control your response. And your response determines your future. When life says no, what will you say back? Are you going to shrink? Are you going to retreat? Will you let fear decide your future? Fear everything and run? Or will you rise? Face everything and rise? Let's do another chat participation question here. Who here knows what the word... Hold on. I got to read my question here. Oh, now I understand what my question is here. Who here knows what the word but means in a statement? B-U-T. Don't confuse it with B-U-T-T. Who here knows what the word but means in a statement? For example, I love you, but I wish you would fill in whatever the blank you want it to be. Or you're doing a great job, but... Who here knows what that but truly means? I like it, Mary. Retraction. Yes. Whoops. Selena says, but there's a stipulation. Yes, I love that too. Nancy says, not me. Cool says, however. Yes, you should always replace but with however. Oh, Fonzo adding terms and conditions. Lena says, not sure. Thank you for those of you that don't know. Being honest. Kathy says, I know my therapist doesn't like anyone to use. Change to accept, right? Brown Sugar Karen says, it cancels out everything you said before. Yes. Echo, disregard what I just said. Yes. And like some of you, I've always heard that when you say but in a statement, you're usually meaning ignore what I just said. But we can also use that. I did say but. We can also use the word but to our advantage as well. Lena says, I hate but more than no, right? What's that commercial? I could have called yesterday, but the insurance commercial, I don't know, that's what always pops in my head. Instead of but, use and, right? I love you and I need you to do me a favor. However you would want to word that. Tammy says her son would tell her not to use that word, right? So, will you become the kind of person who fears, face everything and rise and say, I may be rejected, but I am not defeated. I may be delayed, but I am not denied. I may be tired, but I will not stop. Because champions are not built in comfort. They are built in resistance. Pressure creates strength. Oh, he doesn't, Selena. He sure doesn't. So let's do another chat participation question. This is probably going to be a little easy, maybe. Who here, especially us women, who in here loves diamonds? We all know diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? Who here loves diamonds? Right, yes, but just wait and see what I will do. Yes, Lena, love it. Yeah, I love that, Mary. I love, especially one that says, I may be rejected, but I'm not defeated. Love that one. All right, chat just jumped on me. Let me get caught up here. Echo says, yes, of course. Joanne says, I love diamonds. Andy says, pass. I'll give you a star for that one, Andy. Cole's like, duh, yeah. Are you serious? Alfonso says, my record player needle is made of diamond. That is cool. Nancy says, no, I love sapphires and tourmalines. Okay, well. Mary says, sparkly, yes. Right? Who doesn't love bling? Karen says, me. I know you do, Karen. Kathy says, no idea. Never had or seen one. Well, we got to fix that, Kathy. Reverend Lena comes in. They're okay. Tammy says, I do, in gold and silver and hard work to get those things, right? Yes. Isn't that cool, Nancy? I thought that was really cool, too. Crack Mary says, me. Alfonso said, yes, the needle have diamond tip needle, which reads the grooves on the records. Lisa D says, no, I do like garnet and amethyst. He says, diamond tip needles are more expensive than sapphire needles. I'm learning so much from you, Alfonso. There's sapphire needles? I didn't know that. So think about diamonds. There's a reason why I asked you a question about diamonds, and y'all can probably pretty much figure it out. If you think about diamonds, diamonds are formed under pressure. Steel is forged in fire. And maybe the pressure you're experiencing right now is not destroying you. Maybe it's developing you. Maybe life is building endurance in you. Maybe this season, the season that you are in, is teaching you discipline. Maybe the rejection is forcing you to discover abilities you never knew that you had. Harry says, diamonds are a girl's best friend, right? Yes, they are. I love that song too, by the way. But pain has a purpose if you refuse to waste it. Some of the strongest people you know were built through struggle. I love that, Nancy. Nancy says, endurance and courage is coming for me. Yay, thank you, Jesus. I love that. Now he's telling us about the train cars. They have diamond wheels. However, diamond can be fragile. If you drop them, they can chip and break. Tammy says, girl, if I had any more endurance, I wouldn't know what to do with it, but put it in your pocket and share it, right? Yes, I love that too, Tammy. Of course, now I'm thinking, I got a pocket full of sunshine. Y'all know me and Selena. Our brain just goes to a song when we hear certain words. Lena said, it's like God's unanswered prayers. There is a reason of something better than what you was thinking you needed, right? Something that you probably can't even imagine that you needed. But pain has a purpose if you refuse to waste it. And those strong people, they were built through struggle. Not because struggle is enjoyable, but because struggle forced them to grow. And growth changes everything. A weak mindset says, why is this happening to me? Why me? A strong mindset says, what is this teaching me? Why not me? That shift, it changes your life. Every setback contains a lesson. Every obstacle contains an opportunity. Every no contains a decision point. Will this stop me or strengthen me? Right? I like that, Alfonso. Pain means pay attention in now, right? No, we love you, Lisa D. Harry says, right, and the things we think we need in life don't get. And that's because God has other plans, right? I want you to understand something deeply tonight. Your identity cannot be tied to rejection. Right, Andy? Every obstacle is attached with frustrations. Yes. But your identity cannot be tied to rejection. If someone rejects your idea, it does not mean you are worthless. If someone walks away from your life, it does not erase your value. Some of you need to really listen to that last one again, so I'm going to repeat it. If someone walks away from your life, it does not erase your value. If you fail at something, it does not define your future. You are bigger than one moment. You are bigger than one mistake. You are bigger than one season of difficulty. Too many people bury their potential because they internalize rejection. They let temporary experience create permanent beliefs. Don't do that. A closed door does not mean your life is over. Sometimes the wrong door closes so the right one can open. Amen. I just got chills on that one. Sometimes the wrong door closes so the right one can be open. And sometimes you have to become stronger before you can handle the blessing that you're asking for. Imagine if every setback was preparing you instead of punishing you. How differently would you walk into this week? How differently would you handle disappointment? How differently would you speak to yourself? Because self-talk matters. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa D. Good night, Tammy. Self-talk matters. Some individuals give up because an authoritative figure instructs them to. An authoritative voice can take many forms. Perhaps your first employer claimed that you weren't suited for your ideal job, and you accepted that. Maybe a parent, motivated by love, fear, caution, or their own struggles, advised you against pursuing your dreams. It could even be that a spouse or partner or close friend feared the impact of your growth on your relationship, leading them to try to keep you grounded. I'm so thankful that Robert and my best friends have never tried to stop me from growing. Perhaps that authoritative voice told you that you're not fit for it. Someone mentioned you're too overweight to train for a marathon. I'm here to tell you you're not. Or that you're too young to start your own business. Harry says, sometimes blessings that we think we deserve isn't the blessing God has planned for us. The blessing he has for us is always the right blessing, right? Yes. And again, that self-talk, perhaps the authoritative voice you hear is actually your own. Perhaps the critical self-talk in your mind has been on a continuous loop throughout your life. The voice you hear most is your own. So stop speaking defeat over your future. Y'all see that? Ugh. I'm about to go nuts over this stupid thing. Oh my gosh. Clear the air. Stop speaking defeat over your future. Stop calling yourself incapable. Stop replaying failure in your mind. Stop acting like one setback erased all of your potential. Right, Andy? Yes. You survived difficult days before. You overcame challenges before. You adapted before. You grew before, and you can do it again. Well, Scooter, I'm just feeling tired. You're feeling tired? Think about how many times throughout your life that you felt that way, yet still managed to push through it. How many of you are listening right now have abandoned a dream because pursuing it became too draining or too exhausting for you? Don't tell me that you lack the desire to strive for something greater in your life. Don't say you have to surrender just because it's tough. This is a matter of life or death as well. It's the choice between living the life you've always envisioned or mourning the loss of the person that you were destined to become. That's how it feels to me when I abandon a dream, even momentarily. Like I'm attending a wake, like I'm in a room staring at the reminders of what could have been. I know many of you can relate to this feeling, and you either wish to change it or you want to prevent yourself from reaching that point in the first place. You need to take action regarding this. You must dig deep within yourself and recall why you even began this journey. It's crucial to discover the determination to continue. Because if you don't, I assure you that someone else will. If that occurs, you will see another person realizing your dreams and reaping the rewards of their hard-earned struggle. And if that takes place, you will learn one of life's most important lessons. The only thing more regrettable than quitting is wishing you had not. This is not the season to doubt yourself. This is the season to discipline yourself. Discipline beats motivation every time. Motivation gets you started. Discipline keeps you moving when feelings disappear. Because there will be days that you don't feel inspired, days you don't feel confident, days you don't feel strong. But successful people do not rely on feelings and only on feelings. They rely on commitment, and commitment says, I will continue even when it's difficult. That's power. Anybody can start. Few people will continue. So this Monday motivation, I want you to decide to continue. Continue learning, continue healing, continue building, continue trying, continue believing. Because persistence creates momentum, and momentum changes lives. Let me remind you of something important. Remember, nobody sees the full story behind success. People celebrate the victory, but they ignore the sacrifice. They see the championship, but not the training. The business, but not the sleepless nights. The confidence, but not the years of insecurity that person had to overcome. Harry says it's okay not to be strong every day, but you can let it go. Oh, hold on. But you can't let it get to you. Do something, go around people that's happy. It helps, right? Exactly. What I was saying earlier. I surround myself with people that have a drive in them, that don't, they're just persistent. So I want you to stop assuming, if you are, that successful people had an easier path. Most of them simply refused to quit. They got rejected and they kept going. They failed and they kept going. They doubted themselves and they kept going. They didn't stop. See, that's the secret. It's not perfection, it's persistence. And persistence requires courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward despite the fear. Face everything and rise. You see, every time I see fear, I change the acronym of fear. Face everything and run to fear, face everything and rise. So that's why you keep hearing me say that throughout tonight. Some of you are waiting to feel fearless before taking action. Face everything and rise will help with that. Mary says, and sometimes when I get overwhelmed or exhausted or discouraged, I'll walk away and start over later, right? Sometimes you do need a breather. You need a moment. Harry says, I've learned one thing. Don't hang around negative people. It will drag you down. Amen. It will. Good night, Andy. Alfonso said, due to my disability, I had to work 3 times harder than the average person to achieve my goals and get through challenge. Exactly. I know my daughter Harley, she's got dyslexia and is had ADD when you could diagnose a kid with just ADD. She never been the hyper one. And she's had sensory issues when she was little and so forth. And I've always told her, I'm like, you are very, very smart. You just have a different way to go about getting to the answer. And that's okay, right? Confidence is built through action not before it. You become confident by surviving what you thought would break you. You become strong by carrying weight. You become wise by learning from mistakes. So stop waiting for perfect conditions. Perfect conditions, they simply do not exist. Start where you are. Use what you have. Do what you can. Small progress still matters. And a little improvement every day becomes transformation over time. And if you feel exhausted, hear this. Rest if necessary. Recover if necessary. But do not surrender. I want to take a moment to acknowledge those of you who are facing and overcoming something difficult. It's truly a miracle that you're here, right? You're bravely doing your utmost to navigate through it. You are a warrior due to the challenges that you are enduring. But please don't waste the strength that you've gained just because the journey to acquire it was tough. Mary says, the victory is that much sweeter when you know you worked so hard to achieve something. I know. I was a woman working in a newly opened man's job field. Ooh, I like that. I like that. There is a difference. We're almost done, guys. There is a difference between resting and quitting. Rest restores strength. Quitting destroys possibility. Protect your energy this week. Protect your focus. Not everybody deserves access to your dreams. Some people speak from their limitations, not your potential. Do not let small-minded opinions shrink. Woo, this one's a strong one, guys. Do not let small-minded opinions shrink a God-sized vision. Amen. Do not let small-minded opinions shrink a God-sized vision. People will project their fears onto you. They will tell you what cannot be done because they never did it themselves. But history is filled with people who achieved what others called impossible. I can't help but to think of Columbus. If he had believed the people that said the world was flat, someone else would have made a discovery and been talked about all throughout history instead of him. Impossible is often just an opinion spoken too early. Every breakthrough begins with someone refusing to accept limitation. So if people underestimate you, let them. You don't need to argue with doubters. Results speak louder than explanations. Keep working quietly. Keep improving privately. And let your growth make the noise for you. This week, stop asking, what if I fail? Instead, ask, what if I succeed? What if this is your season? What if this setback becomes your testimony? What if this difficult chapter develops the exact strength that your future requires? What if your greatest breakthrough is closer than you think? You cannot afford to quit now. You are not allowed to give up. I take that permission away from you. I remove the control that those individuals or situations have had over your life. And I return that power to you guys. Do you believe it's not that simple? Well, it actually is. It's all about how you see things. Your perspective, right? Your view of what's stopping you seems huge, daunting, and frightening right now. But those barriers, they only exist if you let them. Too much is possible. Too much is still unwritten. Your story is still being created. It's your dream, a unique wish that your heart created long before you were ever even aware of it. Do you want to see it become a reality? If so, you need to realize that no one, and I mean no one, can take it away from you. And in the end, no one is going to genuinely assist you in making it happen. Not really. You need to make the choice to follow your most ambitious dreams, regardless of what they are, whether they are simple or extravagant. It doesn't matter if they appear absurd to other people or perhaps even too easy. It's irrelevant. These are your dreams, and you have every right to pursue them. Not because you are more unique or skilled or well-connected, but because you deserve to desire something greater. Right, Nancy? Yes. Perspective is most important to her. Harry says, and even if you do fail, you just keep getting back up and going at it forward, right? We've talked about that before. If I'm going to fall, I want to fall forward. I want to see my prize still ahead of me. You deserve to not allow your past to control your future. Begin today. Begin right now at this very moment and make a commitment to yourself that you will strive for the significant achievements. And remember this, no is not always the final answer. Sometimes the final answer is try again. Sometimes the final answer is grow first. Sometimes the final answer is not here. Sometimes the final answer is not yet. And sometimes the final answer only changes because someone was brave enough to ask one more time. So ask again, apply again, stand up again, believe again, dream again, fight again, because your future deserves another attempt. Refuse to sink. I love that. Ooh. So here are 3 things that you might use to help you. Number 1, audacity. I love the word audacity. It's quite bold to disregard the advice of others, including experts, about what is correct. I believe we all could benefit from a bit more boldness in our lives. I don't suggest you become aggressive or disrespectful. Rather, I mean you should stay focused on your objective, no matter what obstacles arise. I love that word. I don't know why, it's just been one of my favorite words, the audacity. Number 2, alternate paths. Alternate paths. I often feel concerned when I share this advice that someone might misinterpret the message about not giving up on their dreams as go bother people until they provide what you desire. Some cases that will work. My stepdad did it and it worked for him. That approach, it won't lead anyone to success, and we all understand that. Instead, consider the no you receive as a sign to explore a different path. Dare to, right, Mary? Yes. Harry says, and sometimes when you go at something and you fail, you pray about the thing you're trying to succeed at may not be what God wants for you, right? I love that, Mary. Dare to. Number 3, keep your goals in plain sight. It's simple to concentrate on your objectives when you are enthusiastic about it and passionate about a new endeavor. But maintaining that focus, it can be challenging when life gets in the way of your ability to continue working on it. So hang your dreams in a visible spot, wherever that may be. Place the visuals on the inside of your closet door when you're picking out your clothes, to remind you daily. Put them on your mirror. Y'all know I love getting the dry erase markers and writing on the mirror. Put them there if you need to while you're putting on your makeup or doing your hair or brushing your teeth, whatever it may be. Place them where you see them daily of what you're striving for. As we end this Monday night, this Monday motivation, I want every person listening to make a decision. Not an emotional decision, a committed decision. A decision that says, I will not allow rejection to define me. I will not let fear control me. I will not stop because things are hard. I will keep moving forward. I will keep becoming better. I will outlast the obstacles in front of me. That mindset, it changes everything. Life responds differently to people who refuse to surrender. So walk into this week with courage. Walk into this week with discipline. Walk into this week with expectation. You are capable of more than you realize. You have survived too much to doubt yourself now. The pressure did not break you. The setbacks did not destroy you. The rejection did not end you. You are still here. You're still breathing. You're still fighting. You're still growing. You're still becoming. And as long as you are still moving, your story is not over. One more drink, guys. So when the world says no, say, watch me. When fear says stop, say, I'm still going because fear stands for face everything and rise, so I will rise and keep going. When doubt whispers, you can't, answer with action. This Monday motivation is your reminder that your life is bigger than one rejection, bigger than one disappointment, bigger than one closed door. And the people who change their lives are not the people who never hear no. They are the people who refuse to let no have the final word. Now go out there and attack this week with everything you got. Amen. All right. Once again, thank you guys for starting off your week with me for Monday Motivation. We're going to do that chat participation time drawing for the month of May. So let's do that. It's hard to believe, but we're even in June. So those of you that have been here or are brand new to my channel, we'll do this for the month of June. Every question you answer tonight gets you entered into the drawing. And if you're the playback crew, you still get entered into the drawing if you participate by commenting. So, mixing it up. That's right. Let's get ready. I always worry if I don't mix them up good because I just go through the chat and mark it. Joanne. I don't know if she's still in here, but Joanne, you are May's winner for Monday night motivation. Well, Monday chat participation question. I'll get it right here in a minute. So, Joanne, you are the winner. Congratulations. I'll put you a little special something in your box. Let me write that down real quick. Yay, Joanne. Yay. Congratulations. As always, I know you guys have other things that you could have been doing tonight, other people you could be watching on the YouTube or catching up on your favorite movie or show or whatever. By the way, Pressure, the movie, I thought it was really good. And we went and saw that. Pressure is about D-Day and about the weather and everything. Talk about perfect conditions and not being perfect conditions. Robert and Tammy and Dale, they all wish there was a little bit more history to it. I love the movie though. But anyways, but you chose to be here tonight. So thank you guys as always for being here. Starting tomorrow, I will be working on the estate sale every night. I might do a pop-up on Friday, not a guarantee. I can't remember if Harley is available or not this Friday. Y'all have been so funny coming to Friday night auctions. So just be watching for the thumbnails to drop. I haven't put any auction thumbnails up for the next 2 weeks because I just don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how fast we're going to be able to get everything priced and so forth. So just be watching my thumbnails as always. Next Monday motivation, next week, episode 167, we are going to look at another lie that we tend to believe about ourselves, and that will be on I should be further along now. Some of y'all have said that tonight. So we're going to cover that lie about I should be further along now. So come on back next week if you want to learn what that lie is all about. Make sure you do all the YouTube things. Subscribe, ring the bell, thumbs up on your way out if you haven't done it already. Make sure you leave a comment as well to let me know what tonight's topic meant to you. And you'll be entered into the monthly drawing as well. So make it a great week. If I don't see you somewhere around the YouTube, reminder that remember, end is not the end. In fact, end is END. Effort never dies. And if you get a no as an answer, then remember no is the next opportunity. Thank you guys. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, Lisa D. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Echo. Oh, thank you, Lisa D. I appreciate that comment. You're going to get another star. All right, guys. Let's do this thing, and I will see you somewhere around the YouTube. Good night.